Did you know that the average savings rate for American households is only 3%? This means that most people are barely saving any money for the future. But if you're watching this video, I am willing to bet that you're not like most people. You're willing to learn, grow, and make smart investments that will set you on the path to long-term success. The goal of the book, The Psychology of Money, is to use short stories to convince us that interpersonal skills are more important than the technical side of money, and that's what we'll be doing in this video. We'll follow 5 different stories, each illustrating one of the 5 main lessons from the book. These lessons will surely help you make better financial decisions, improve your investment strategy, and set you on the path to financial freedom. Lesson 1. Behavior is more important than knowledge. To illustrate this point, let's look at the story of Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time. Despite being a multi-billionaire, Buffett has always lived modestly and frugally, famously still residing in the same house he bought in 1958. This might seem surprising for someone with such wealth, but it is a testament to Buffett's behavioral discipline. Early in his career, Buffett learned an important lesson from his mentor, Benjamin Graham. Graham taught Buffett that investing isn't just about picking stocks, but also about having the discipline to follow a long-term strategy, even in the face of market fluctuations and emotional turbulence. Buffett took this lesson to heart and applied it throughout his career, saying, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." One of the ways Buffett demonstrates his behavioral discipline is by avoiding impulsive buying and selling of stocks. He is famous for holding on to stocks for years or even decades, refusing to sell just because the market is down or because a specific stock had a bad day. This kind of discipline is hard to maintain, especially when emotions run high, but it is essential for long-term investment success. So, what can we learn from Warren Buffett's story? The main takeaway here is that investing is not just about knowledge, but also about behavior. No matter how much you know about the market or how sophisticated your investment strategy is, you won't succeed if you lack the discipline and emotional intelligence to stick to that strategy over time. By following Buffett's example and practicing behavioral discipline, you can achieve long-term investment success and build lasting wealth. Lesson 2. Have a different perspective from the majority. To illustrate this point, let's look at the story of John Paulson, a hedge fund manager who made a fortune by betting against the U.S. housing market in 2007. Paulson's bet paid off massively, earning him an estimated $3 billion that year. However, in the following years, Paulson's performance declined, and he became known as someone who had one lucky break but couldn't replicate his success. Some might say Paulson was crazy for taking such a big risk from the start, but the reality is that he was simply willing to take a contrarian view and bet against the prevailing market sentiment. This is an important lesson in the psychology of money. It's crucial to remember that no one is crazy for having a different perspective from the rest of the market. In fact, successful investors often have the courage to adopt a contrary viewpoint and bet against the crowd. The main lesson in this story is that it's important to keep an open mind and recognize that there are always different perspectives and opinions. Just because someone is taking a different view from the rest of the market doesn't mean they are wrong. In fact, they might be right. By maintaining a contrarian perspective and betting against the crowd when necessary, investors can increase their chances of success and build long-term wealth. Lesson 3. Know when to stop. The most difficult but most important financial skill is knowing when to stop wanting more and be satisfied with what you have. To illustrate this point, let's look at the story of Chuck Feeney, a billionaire who co-founded the duty-free Shoppers chain of stores. Despite having a huge fortune, Feeney became famous for living very simply, wearing a $15 watch, and flying economy class. But what is even more remarkable about Feeney is that he donated almost all of his fortune, over $8 billion, to various charitable causes. Feeney's story highlights the importance of knowing when enough is enough. Despite having access to unimaginable wealth, he realized that money alone does not bring happiness or fulfillment. Instead, he found purpose and satisfaction in using his wealth to help others. This lesson is especially important for investors who can often get caught up in the relentless pursuit of more money. It's easy to get excited about the idea of earning more and more, but it's essential to remember that there are more important things in life than just accumulating wealth. The main takeaway here is that knowing when to stop is a crucial part of financial success. Money can bring comfort and security, but it is not the only source of happiness or fulfillment. Lesson 4. The magic of compound interest. Did you know that $81.5 billion of Warren Buffett's $84.5 billion net worth came after he turned 65? To illustrate this point, let's look at the story of Richard and Maurice McDonald, who founded the fast food chain McDonald's in the 1940s. While they were successful entrepreneurs, the McDonald brothers missed a huge opportunity to grow their wealth through the power of compound interest. In the early days of McDonald's, they were approached by a young businessman named Ray Kroc, who was interested in franchising the restaurant. The McDonald's agreed to let Kroc handle the franchise operation, negotiating a deal that gave them a percentage of the profits from each franchise. However, the brothers made a critical mistake in their negotiations. They agreed to a fixed rate of 1.9% of the franchise's gross sales instead of a percentage of the profits. This meant that as the franchise grew and became more profitable, the McDonald's share of the profits remained the same. In other words, they missed out on the opportunity to benefit from the power of compound interest, the ability of small gains to grow over time. This story is a powerful reminder of the importance of understanding the power of compound interest when it comes to investing. The main lesson here is that small gains can accumulate over time, leading to the creation of significant wealth. By investing early and consistently and reinvesting the profits into your portfolio, you can harness the power of compound interest and build long-term wealth. Lesson 5. Getting rich is not the same as staying rich. To illustrate this lesson, let's look at the story of MC Hammer, the American rapper and entertainer who rose to fame in the 1980s and 1990s. At the height of his success, Hammer was one of the most successful and highest-paid artists in the music industry, with an estimated net worth of over $30 million. However, despite his immense wealth, Hammer's finances quickly spiraled out of control. He spent lavishly on houses, cars, and other luxury items, and invested heavily in a series of business ventures that ultimately failed. As a result, he declared bankruptcy in 1996 and was forced to sell many of his assets to pay off his debts. Hammer's story is a cautionary tale about the importance of managing your finances and making smart choices with your money. While it's certainly possible to accumulate wealth through hard work and good fortune, it's equally important to maintain discipline and focus over the long term to preserve your financial stability and security. The main lesson here is that getting rich is not the same as staying rich. Accumulating wealth is only part of the equation. It's equally important to manage your finances responsibly and make smart choices with your money over the long term. By maintaining discipline and staying focused on your financial goals, you can achieve lasting financial success and security no matter how much money you have. We hope you enjoyed these 5 very important lessons about money, learned from the book Psychology of Money. Remember, financial success is not just about what you know, but also about how you behave. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.